It's everyone's favorite time of the year!
Wheel of Discipline!
The wheel's law is resolute, and its decisions are final. It is without bias or retribution. Whenever an NFL player fucks up in life or on the field, they must spin the wheel of discipline! But before we begin, we have some fantastic prizes for our participants today. It's all brought to you by our sponsor in SeatGeek. That's right, everyone who spins today will receive this free app that aggregates all tickets on the resale market to get them to the game. Or even the concert players show if they so wish. The reliable app uses color coding from red to green to show you what kind of deals are out there. The greener it is, or the higher the number is to 10, the better. It can give you a view from where you'll be sitting as well. Everyone shouldn't forget that if this is their first time indulging in SeatGeek, they can use the code word TREE to save $20 off their purchase. If our contestants spin poorly on the wheel, they can still buy a ticket to NFL games. You mean they can't? Well, fuck you then. You should use SeatGeek for your ticketing needs. Available on PC, Apple, and Android products. Now with that out of the way, let's bring out our first contestant, DeAndre Hopkins! Our friend DeAndre is in quite a bit of hot water this summer. Not only is he trying to rehab himself from a torn MCL suffered last season, he was flagged by our esteemed boys and girls doing the drug testing. You see, Hopkins committed the greatest crime of all, testing positive for a trace amount of ostery. He says it's accidental, but we know there are no accidents. The NFL does everything deliberately. DeAndre, this action won't be trace at all. Spin the wheel! A 6-game suspension. Maybe this time you'll learn to take your vitamins. No, sir, it's not a black and white policy. It only looks that way so we can pretend to look tough on cheaters. Sorry, DeAndre, we'll see you in October. With that being said, give it up for our next victim, Calvin Ridley. Once our friend Calvin took a leave of absence to combat his demons, this wideout chose a different method of combat to heal his mind. The gambling scene. The Shield supports reinvesting in the economy, but unfortunately for him, Ridley committed sacrilege. In his descent into decadence, he chose to bet on games. Worst of all, he didn't use a properly secured burner account to do it. Was it worth it, Calvin? For 5 days and $1,500? You may have been away from the team and had no impact on performance, but examples have to be made. The NFL takes integrity of their games seriously, which is why you need to spin the wheel. Oh no, a season-long suspension. This is why Chris Carter tells you to up a fall guy in these kinds of situations. Consider this a lesson in life. An $11 million lesson. Step to your left, Calvin, and you'll receive a special offer from DraftKings for your participation. Third on the docket tonight, we have a man many revile. The scourge of South Florida, Stephen Ross! On top of heinous allegations of tanking by a scorned ex-coach, our geriatric friend was engaging in illegal dealings. A situation most damaging to the league and its supporters. Tampering. Yes, my friend, Stephen Ross is guilty of illegally trying to proposition Tom Brady into becoming his quarterback, not just in New England, but when playing in Tampa Bay. Even worse than that. He did everything in his power to lure Sean Payton to Miami to coach his franchise while Sean was still under contract to New Orleans. This is a dastardly sin, and one that severely threatens the sanctity of the league itself. We aren't the goddamn NBA, we have standards here! Steven, you're a bumbling owner, but even you can't bumble a spin, can you? Roger's choice! Quite the bold move to make, ain't it, Steven?
Roger's choice is an arbitrary punishment decided by the Ginger Emperor of the League, Roger Goodell. All decisions by Roger will be made with extreme prejudice and are heavily dictated by social and political trends of the time. Goodell reserves the right to retain inconsistencies in judgments from case to case. All verdicts are irrevocable.
And here comes the choice by Roger now. Stephen Ross is suspended until mid-October, will be fined $1.5 million, and the Dolphins will forfeit their first-round pick in 2023 and third-rounder in 2024. You got off easy. Be thankful that those stinking allegations by Flores weren't concrete enough to throw the book at you. Get the fuck out of here before we change our mind. Up next, Dan Schneider.
You fucking suck!
I'm not even bothering with an introduction, just spin the damn wheel. Schneider is forced to pay a $10 million fine. Mere drop in the bucket compared to what'll make in that FedEx shitbox. Couldn't you just land on your fucked and end the charade? Just leave. Back on a more positive topic, Alvin Kamara! Back in February, Alvin wasn't only assaulting defensive fronts with his outstanding running. Keeping with his slick moves, he viciously assaulted a man in a Las Vegas nightclub just before the Pro Bowl. Usually a well-placed bribe or two would fix this scenario, but the accusations are too severe to ignore. Kamara is adding a felony charge to his long list of accomplishments. The NFL has enough of a black eye with this stuff, yet Alvin's literally giving them. Can he also spin his way to another Pro Bowl? Alvin, your court case has once again been delayed. This means that you won't be facing any potential suspensions until everything plays out in the court of law. Now run along, but don't go too far. You'll be spinning this wheel again soon enough. And now, folks, we come to the main event of the evening. The lightning rod who is as guaranteed for controversy as the money on his contract. A man who knows a thing or two about making things uncomfortable, Deshawn Watson! They say that 13% of athletes commit 51% of sexual assaults, but our friend Deshawn took that as a challenge. With the resolve rivaling the 2-minute drill, Watson, shall we say, got a bit handsy with some female masseuses of his choosing. Several dozen of them. The allegations brought about by these women have been described as heinous in nature. Watson's become one of the most hated men in the league as a result. This man is quite the kinkster with these unwitting women. But it should be noted that Deshawn was never charged with a crime for these actions. So is it going to be a happy ending or endless blue balling? Deshawn, you know what to do. Game suspension. Somewhat light for the circumstances of your actions, but the wheel is always right, I suppose. What's this? Everyone and their mother is pissed about this outcome and the NFL's hypocrisy. People don't understand that. Oh my goodness, it's moved to an 11-game suspension. What a shame for poor Deshawn having the wheel be impacted by gravity. Truly Deus Ex Machina at its finest. Don't worry, Mr. Watson, you'll be back just in time to massage your stats in Houston. This outcome is totally coincidental. Have fun there, man! And I hope you folks have had a lot of fun tonight. Never forget that the wheel is the pinnacle of fairness. For every criminal action in the league, the only thing to deal with is the... Wheel!